last week on Discount Heroes.
You see that there are goblins lining the sides, sitting on benches facing each other. There's actually a human among them. It's Steven.
Why are you here? There's no one in Vallis.
We decided we had enough of the goblins and we were mobilizing a force to go after them. I came to the Gobbly Goodlands because it was a paradise. A lot of us came there. I mean, the Boneyard is it's where we make the munitions that Boomstone uses.
I think we got it. We go to the munitions factory, we get loaded up on weapons, we hide in crates, we get delivered to Boomstone, and then we kill him and take his crown. Deal.
I don't recognize you. What are you doing here?
We're here for work.
Report to work as soon as you can. Work's already started for the day. But I'm the foreman of this facility here. I'm Sizzlegrim Boomshank, and that's how I prefer to be addressed. Alright, I got a number of jobs that need to be doing. It's your first day, huh?
Yeah, gotta go get a wrench, tighten a valve. Kinda toasty in there, huh?
I'd say talk to you later, but
Yes, go on.
I'll just say goodbye instead.
If I tighten the thing, is that good or bad?
That's wheel.
Thanks, man.
You see that the boiler begins rumbling, shaking, before the boiler stops.
Let me out! I'm gonna die!
Alright, for your first assignment, I need you to get that stuff up there.
I got it.
I'll be in a different building. And he walks away.
Welcome to Discount Heroes.
Welcome to Discount Heroes, where questionable results are always guaranteed. We're a chaotic character and story-driven real play podcast. We're a group of 5 friends who've known each other for 17 plus years. We've played countless hours of questionable D&D, and now we want to share with you the game we love so much. My name is Brent, I'm the DM. We got 4 players here. Why don't you introduce yourselves and who you're playing?
Yo, what's up, guys? This is Tyler. I play Copes, the Circle of the Stars druid.
Hi ho, it's off to work we go. I'm Aaron, and I'll be playing Demarok, who's playing Strong Sat, the Goblin.
And this is Jared, playing the part of...
Thrasher. I'm Thrasher.
Hey, and this is Matt, and I am playing Nox Longfoot, the Gnome Wizard Goblin.
What was wrong with Thrasher?
He just got burned a lot.
A lot.
So much.
Those noises and the noises you thought they were sound pretty similar.
Oh, those were I've been burned noises.
Yeah, and he lost part of his treasured rug.
You joke incoming.
And his flying carpet got burned a little, too.
Nice.
You joke incoming. Put that right before he says that.
No, put it after.
Just real low in the background.
Don't give him that.
All right, so I have a question. It's more of a story that I want to share. Actually, Zach at DragonCon brought this up to me. He's a long-time listener, first-time caller. He said that he remembered a story about me that I think it'd be better if somebody else told. It was about a very dramatic misunderstanding.
Is it when you told Jesse your hair looked like shit?
No.
Oh. We had a glass to, what did we call it? Become herbally infused with when we were growing up. And its name was Bob because it had a picture of Bob Marley etched into the side of it. And one day, I forget who did it, but it broke. And so Brent and Aaron and I and a few other friends had thrown in on it all together. So it was like our baby, our first child. So Brent came over and we're standing around the pool table. I said, Brent, I have to tell you something and it's serious and I don't want you to comment on it, but you have to know. He said, okay, what's up? Let me preface this by we have a really good friend named Bob.
That's an important part of the story.
Yeah, sorry.
By the way.
And I said, yeah, don't talk about this, don't say anything, but Bob's dead, bro. And how did you react?
I was like, what do you mean I can't ask any questions about this?
That's a wild thing to say.
I was like, do not bring it up again, but Bob is dead. Like, hate to have to tell you that. And Brent proceeded to look very confused and hurt.
I thought they were telling me that Bob was dead. And I couldn't ask any questions about it, and everyone was just fine.
Hey, man, it'll be easier if we just don't talk about it. Your best friend died, and just don't worry about it.
It's like, don't ask any questions and don't go in the shed. Bob has died. And then I think we finally caught on to what you thought. And I was like, no, Brent, the fucking... And you were like, oh, thank God.
Whoa. Glass pipe.
It was a glass.
I'm just going to replace that with a bell sound.
Oh, that's really good. But yeah, that story was very funny.
That was a hilarious story, Brent.
Oh, yeah. I can't believe
I've
one
never
of our
heard that
closest friends. What a goof. Huh? Oopsies.
I guess you thought we murdered him, and
I have a real question to follow that up with if nobody has a similar story to share.
A similar story.
where we tricked someone to think that our friend died. No, none of us have those. I'm surprised we have one.
I have a funny misunderstanding story as well. I didn't know if that was going to be the question.
Okay. I can have one of those.
Yeah. All right, let's hear Matt's real one first.
Okay, so my misunderstanding story, about a year after I got married to my wife, because that's how marriage works.
My
You
wife.
guys remember Borat?
We're on point, dude.
We were trying to have a child, as some married people do, and she came up to me one night, and she was excited, and she said, I got a potty pregnancy test. I was like, okay. And she just stared at me. And what she said was, I got a positive pregnancy test. What I heard was I got a potty pregnancy test.
Oh my God.
So I'm sitting there just staring at her, and she's like super excited. She's like, aren't you excited? I was like, are you going to use it? Are you going to do it? Like,
Are you gonna go potty on it?
Yeah, I know you pee on those. It's not like, are there other kinds? And then she told me I was an idiot and that it was positive. So that was
That's
fun.
pretty good.
A good way to find out, when you're having your first kid is for your husband to not care at all.
Excellent. Excellent.
Aaron?
Okay. I was talking to my girlfriend's son one day. He's 8, and he was telling me some bad news that his grandma's cat had died. And he loved this cat. And he was real sad about it. And I was trying to say some nice things to him. I said, well, this weekend when I see you, we can go celebrate his life. And he just went like dead silent. And like after a few seconds, he kind of whispered, he's like, you want to celebrate her dying?
Oh my.
Oh, no.
Oh.
And I felt so bad. I was like, no, like in remembrance. But I guess, yeah, that's kind of what we're doing.
Yeah.
So that was a recent misunderstanding.
That's good.
One time I was on my way home to have dinner. We always had a bunch of people over for dinner, and my dad texted me, "Hey, Chris's wife was wondering if you could pick this up on your way home." And what he was doing was he was referencing a joke that Katie had sent me earlier, like a meme. I don't remember what it was, but he was just making a joke. But I had spent like 14 hours at work that day and was exhausted, so I was just like, okay, I guess if it's important enough that after this they want me to stop instead of just coming straight to dinner, I will. So I stopped and I got the thing, and I was really upset about it that I did, but I had to pretend like I wasn't.
What was the thing that you got?
I feel like it was like celery or some shit. I don't remember. It was a vegetable, I'm pretty sure, and it was like came from a video of a chick being mad that her boyfriend had got like stalks of celery for a salad instead of already cut up celery. It was dumb. It was so stupid.
Wow. What a great way to end a long day.
like so mad when I walked in the door, and I was like, all right, I got it. And they're like, oh, that was a joke. You really stopped? I'm like, yep, after all that, you guys been blowing my phone up, seeing when I'll be done with work.
Wow. Did that kind of turn your mood around?
Chris, you're not allowed to tell anybody how mad I was about that day.
He's not caught up. He's been listening to King Killer over and over again.
Yeah, I know.
Tyler, do you have a fun misunderstanding? I know you told my story, basically.
I'm the one who said it to you.
Yeah.
So that's my story.
Come on, I misunderstood, though.
Yeah. Something I've misunderstood. Not that I can think of, no.
All right, where would you fly to first if you could fly? This is just for Tyler.
Anywhere?
Yeah, you can fly suddenly. Where are you gonna fly to?
To Mars, without a spacesuit.
You die. Well, yeah, but okay. Well, you died, so you
Done. One and done.
It sounds like that was a pretty big misunderstanding.
I would fly to Australia. Because that's where the Great Barrier Reef is.
That's not where you fly to first, though.
Oh, I probably have a layover in Spain or something. I don't know.
You think you might just get lost out there, though?
Or would I go that way? I guess Japan, maybe?
I'd follow like a plane or something.
What?
So I wouldn't get lost. Yeah. Find which flight's going to Spain or wherever, and just follow that plane so you don't get lost.
Do you mean if I could fly?
Yeah.
Oh. There you go. Okay, you set me up for one.
Misunderstanding.
Yeah, nice. Good job. That's my story.
All right, the end. Great answers, everybody.
Awesome.
So let's go ahead and begin the game. Last week, our intrepid adventurers proceeded with their train inspection, learning that the passengers on this train were workers headed for the Boneyard, a munitions factory supplying weapons and ammunition to the graveyard, the fortress of King Boomstone. They reunited with Steven, who relayed to them that the precarious situation he and other goblins find themselves in working at this place. After debating for a moment about a surprise assault, our heroes settled on a plan: infiltrate the munitions factory and take it down from the inside. Upon arrival, they made a strong impression on the foreman Boomshanks and were given preferential job treatment. Thrasher took Yeah?
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but he actually prefers to be called by his full name, Sizzlegrim Boomshanks.
Oh, man.
I almost stopped him as well.
Using my words against me.
From now on, if he does it, we have to stop him.
Thrasher took the first job entering the boiler room, a fiery hellscape on the brim of detonation, but was able to weather damage, find the right tool, consult the spirits, and appropriately tighten the valve causing the issue. Our heroes then proceeded to the next task. Copes has to navigate a room piled with dangerous explosives, and everyone's there to comment on it. And that's where we find ourselves. Thrasher had just drug himself away. He's taking a lot of damage. He's taking his union break right now.
Thank you.
And here you are.
I shut the door so they can't see me.
Yo, let's look through this window.
Perfect.
I hang my shirt over the window.
There's an observation deck.
Oh, damn it.
All right, let me...
You'll never escape us.
You find yourself standing in the powder room. A vast, dimly lit chamber, the air thick with the pungent scent of sulfur and metal. You see barrels of experimental gunpowder stacked dangerously high, lining every wall, filling narrow corridors that wind in a maze-like pattern. Each step on the cracked stone floor stirs a fine layer of dust, some of which glimmers faintly in the sparse light that filters through. The barrels are old and weathered, marked with crude goblin symbols, warning of their volatile contents. Some visibly leaking powder, creating ominous trails across the floor that crisscross like fuse lines. This room feels like a disaster waiting to happen. Rusted iron scaffolding runs along the upper levels, groaning under the weight of even more barrels precariously perched above. You hear the occasional clangs and creaks echoing from the scaffolding, accompanied by distant, ominous rumbles from further parts of the factory. The air is still and heavy, as if the room itself is holding its breath. Hello?
You didn't tell me what I had to do again.
Oh yeah, so
You said you were gonna...
yeah, so Boom Shakes is there.
Who?
Who?
Sizzlegrim Boom Shanks, Foreman Sizzlegrim Boom Shanks
Okay.
is here.
Don't you hate when you just hand over ammunition like that to us?
Hey, we listened. We listened for once.
All right, he hands you a scrap of paper.
I'm a goat. I eat it.
I knew you were going to say that. I don't know why, but I knew you were going to say that.
Hey,
So what are we doing?
Nope, don't do that.
Actually, I still look like a goblin. They'd probably still do it.
You said you didn't transform.
yeah, some of you dropped the illusion.
No, I think he stayed goblin.
No, I stayed a goblin.
Yeah, some of you did, but either way.
Okay, I don't eat it. I'm a goblin.
All right,
Well, you could gobble it.
I gobble it.
so we need you to collect a sample of an experimental powder that we were working on some time ago, but it's been buried amongst all the other things we put in here since then. He hands you a slip of paper that has a symbol drawn on it. You'll want to find a small barrel about the size of a pumpkin and bring it back here.
That's it?
Yeah, I wish I could tell you exactly where it is. You may have to search around a little bit.
You got it.
I advise you to walk quietly or softly.
Okay, so my hooves are not going to work well here, right?
Maybe not.
Only one way to find out.
You are a goblin, though.
Yeah, but we talked about this, that it's just an illusion. First off, I want to do a perception check.
Oh! We're there, right?
Yeah, you're there as observers.
In the windows.
Hey guys, what do you think's more grubby, the windows or my fingies?
It's your fingers, and it's not even close, Thrasher.
Definitely your fingies.
Thanks, man.
If you want to have inspired him or something before he went into this challenge, you could do that.
I was gonna give you some of my reverse rainwater. It makes things lighter.
You did say you did that in the last episode.
All right, you got some reverse rainwater.
So what does that do exactly?
I never said exactly, but you know that it does make things lighter.
Okay, I pour it on my hooves.
All right.
Or my legs? This goes all the way up to the top. I pour it on my head.
Okay. Oh, your steps feel a little bit jauntier.
Ooh, oh,
You move around a little bit easier. Although it takes some getting used to.
yeah. I kind of get the zoomies a little bit, but I'm like, oh! Okay, I'm gonna do a perception check.
Okay.
I want to see if there's like a group of these symbols somewhere, like if it's categorized like that, or if it's all just fucking bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
27.
All right, it looks like a number of the barrels are labeled not with the same symbol, but a varied number of symbols.
Okay, but I don't see a single one of that symbol.
Yeah, some of them show like a fire with a cross through it. Some of them show something that maybe looks like a torch with a cross through it. Some of them just show a skull and crossbones.
And what's the symbol I'm looking for?
The one that you are looking for, it looks like a trio of 3 fires, but it doesn't have a cross through it like the others do.
Okay.
And also looking around, you see that walking into this place, a lot of these piles are very precariously perched, and a wrong move could cause something to tumble down. You'll have to move carefully through this area to delve deeper into the maze.
Okay, well, I'm gonna tip hoof forward.
Alright, so you gotta make a dexterity check.
Let's say...
A stealth check would be the most appropriate, because you're trying to move quietly and softly.
You don't think athletics?
Not really.
Can I sell you on insight?
Well, you noticed it, and you got your reverse rainwater, so let's give you advantage on this roll for the moment.
Ooh. Okay, I'll take it. 17.
A 17.
And I'm tip hoofing. I'm like real, you know?
Barrels and crates creak under their own weight as you tip hoof past them.
What do you mean? Like anyone who walks in here is just everything's gonna fall over? Just
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
okay. Okay.
You pass by a burned skeleton.
Oh, I loot it.
You find a crown on one of them.
Nice. Add it to the pot, boys.
All right, so you weave around some stacks of crates and barrels moving through this, and you come to an area where it looks like some of the structural steel has collapsed, creating a pileup of various things. It looks like you'll either have to climb over or under them.
I'm gonna get this out of the way. I'm gonna shift into my dragon form.
Oh, okay. All right, so as soon as you shift, you feel a little vibration around you. You see that several of the barrels are glowing, almost as if in response to you using your magic.
Are they starting to vibrate?
Yes, them specifically.
Are they getting worse?
It is the one that looks like it has a torch with a cross through it, with an X through it.
Oh, I get it. Okay. All right, I shift out.
All right, they stop vibrating.
Okay. Just on a scavenger hunt? I mean, I keep going? I don't know. Am I just going to roll perception checks to look for this book?
You can roll a perception check.
Yeah, okay, I'll roll a perception check. A 10.
It looks like you could go over or under this. You'll have to make a choice there.
Oh.
But you can't tell. I'll say that you could tell that a lot of the crates and things have collapsed inward, and there's unfortunate mixings of various powders of different types.
On the ground?
On the ground, yeah. It's possible that climbing on top or underneath could cause it to collapse further.
I'm going to lay down on the ground and swim across it. Or like scoot across it, like pull myself across it.
Just like
make sense?
Just like grinding against the floor or whatever? Just like...
Exactly, yeah. Not grinding, I'm furry.
You're furry, yeah. Okay. So this would be an acrobatics check.
Hardly. I mean, okay. 13.
A 13. You manage to slip underneath the girders. You do not disturb the precarious pile of explosives.
Woo!
I thought for sure he was gonna absolutely screw that one up, guys.
Alright, you move into a slightly more open area that's littered with collapsed and broken boxes. It appears that the steel above has partially collapsed, dropping tons of debris down here. You hear the heavy groaning of steel above. It's possible that it's ready to collapse at any moment.
Jesus Christ, I can't use magic?
You might be able to use magic.
Maybe if it's like a quick burst of magic or something?
Yeah, I mean, you could use an Arcana check. Maybe that might tell you some more information here.
I'm just gonna wing it.
Okay.
So are you saying I need to get through this area quickly, it seems like?
That's one way to interpret it.
Okay, I'm gonna try to do a handstand and get out from underneath these beams.
Okay.
Like walk on my hands.
And what advantage do you imagine that would have?
It's quieter than my hooves.
Okay.
I want to move quickly, but I don't want to upset anything. So I'll do surprise gymnastics.
Okay, you're walking across your hands. You're being very careful, it sounds like. You hear a groaning from above, and a few crates fall to the ground. You make a dexterity saving throw to dodge.
16.
16, you avoid the crate dropping. A small explosion erupts, sending a bunch of burning lines across the floor, which luckily quickly fizzle out. Actually, let's make that a luck roll instead of me just saying that.
No, you can just cut out what you just said. So it's just a straight D20?
Yeah, we'll luck roll.
That's a 20.
It's a 20. That's lucky.
Well,
Uh-oh. What did he say?
it looks like it's missing the 0.
Can y'all not see the 0? It's right there on my screen.
Uh-huh.
For me, it's showing a 2.
It's a 2.
An explosion erupts outward.
Damn it.
You're given one more dexterity saving throw to avoid taking some damage.
What does this potion give me? This rainwater.
I've just said it made you lighter on your feet, made it easier to do stealth checks.
Okay.
It doesn't necessarily make you more nimble,
Okay.
quicker, and moving out of the way of something.
Ooh, 18 dexterity save.
There it is.
Good. That's good. You only take half damage.
Oh, no.
Better.
That's good. You only take 11 fire damage.
Okay. Fuck! I pat out my fur.
All right, you come to an intersection, like a four-way intersection. The path you came from, two paths that are closed off by collapsed debris. It might be possible to climb over them. You also see that there's an odd-looking crane mechanism here.
Oh, yeah. Crane game.
the line of which is connected to a large, heavy crate that is in your path.
Is the crate on the ground?
The crate is on the ground. It's in your way. You see a couple of other broken lines hanging from this crane mechanism, but like I said, they're broken.
So it's not a claw.
It looks like the crate you're looking at is rigged up to the mechanism. You could probably unhook it, but no, it's not like a hand that opens. It's more like a hook that is attached manually to something.
All logic tells me to unhook it, but I'm gonna get in the crane and try to move it.
Okay, so you see that there is a control panel with 6 levers on it.
Oh, yeah.
3 of the levers you see are covered in thick black soot, and 2 of them have goblin hands attached to them, and they've been pulled down.
Oop.
Let's just say it's like 1 through 6, and 4 and 6 have hands attached to them, and then number 3 is covered in soot like the other 2.
Is there a skeleton in the crane?
There is a skeleton in the crane.
Oh, my God.
It's like a ground control thing. It's not like a seated crane thing that moves around.
And there is a skeleton in there.
There's more hands than there are skeletons. All 3 of the levers that are covered in soot or with skeleton hands are pulled downward. There is a message inscribed at the bottom of the crane console.
Okay, what does it say?
It's in Goblin. Can you read it?
Oh, no.
I wish I could tell you what it says, because I was really happy with what I put here, but...
Can I try to infer what it says?
Wait, remember Flargobuns taught him some goblin, and he would have a chance to read or to do it.
That is true. We did spend that night.
Did that really happen? Because, I mean...
Didn't I spend weeks doing it with you?
Yeah, it was like while we were traveling. Because you said...
You remember because I said he gave me flashcards and...
Yeah, because you said you don't know if he taught him the real thing, but he did teach him something.
Thank you, Matt. That is true.
Real fans know.
Excellent. So why don't you make... It would probably be an intelligence check.
With advantage?
With advantage, I'll give you that.
Nat 20.
Oh my god. You already knew what it was.
That's why I asked.
Alright, well I wanted to say it anyway.
That one was for you.
Okay. It says Boomshank's signature combination detonation testing and crane control console.
Oh my god.
Important. Read manual before use.
I read it.
You find the manual.
Damn, my mic's been off for like 10 minutes.
Oh no.
Oh,
I've
jeez.
been saying so many great stuff.
Oh, Jared.
So many great stuff.
Just like that.
Yeah, just like that one.
Like that, for example.
Go ahead and turn it off again.
I was like, man, Brent's just fucking plow. I start saying something, and Brent's just like, yeah, well, fuck whatever he's saying.
You guys all need to be here so you can interact. Just completely ignore everything you say.
It wasn't anything really important.
That's too bad.
I did want to let Tyler know that since I cast guidance on you, you can add a D4 to an ability check at some point if you need.
Oh, fuck.
All right, you rolled a nat 20. Add Goblin to your list of languages known.
Yay.
Oh.
I can blow up and be happy now.
All right, you find the manual. It's very singed. There's only a small excerpt that's legible.
What's it say?
It says, before use, do not.
That's what it says.
Yeah. All right, you see 6 levers. None of them is labeled to designate whether it is a detonation testing control or a crane control. There are 3 that have not been pulled.
I pull number 6. No, wait. You said 4 and 6 are pulled?
4, 6, and 3 have markings on them and have been pulled already. So you've got 1, 2, and 5.
I pull 2.
Pull 2. Make a luck roll.
I look away.
You know, you could have made like a check or something first, but...
Yeah, well, it's not really my style, is it?
Make a luck roll.
50.
Yeah, that's not a 50.
It's a 5.
Yeah. Didn't think you would take this route.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, maybe that's on me.
Oh, you figured the logic puzzle would be good for Tyler.
You really got me on this one. What if I'm right, guys? What if it was 2?
You might be.
Who knows?
You did max your luck stat.
That's true.
You could have done wheel or woe. Like, I feel like that. Or no, you can't use it for that, can you?
Luck roll? I don't know. You just completely made that up, so that's up to you.
Got him.
Oh, no, it's Jared that can do the whether something's good or bad. All right, a surge of energy jolts through the handle as you pull it downward.
Okay.
First, make make it a strength saving throw, as you are filled with wild magical energies.
Fuck yes. Say less. This is when I want to fail.
Oh!
I don't know about that.
13, and I can add what? A D4, Jared?
D4.
Yeah, 17.
There it is.
Nice.
All right, you're able to release yourself if you would like.
Sure.
All right, you only receive a small zap for 8 damage, 8 force damage.
Absorb elements.
Do you want to do it for that?
You can't on 4th.
Is that... Well, then don't say zap, because that sounds like I should be able to.
You can get zapped with a lot of things.
Hey, Tyler, I think there's good news for you, is I think you might have another chance to use Absorb Elements.
I mean, it's a level 1 spell. I can use it a bunch. Okay, I don't use it. You sold me. 8 damage?
You take 8 damage,
Ah, fuck!
and you hear the mechanism. There's like a humming sound coming from the console. An explosion sounds suddenly from somewhere distant in the warehouse.
Whoop.
Let's have a luck roll for the 3 party members who are observing.
Done.
I already got a long rest, right?
You're not there, are you?
Yeah, I'm there.
Just one. Just needed 1.
Jared rolled first.
Well, 8 was first.
We shouldn't go with mine, though. I wouldn't have rolled at all if I knew it was just 1.
An explosion sounds from the observation deck.
Ah!
The glass is shattered outward, and you're pelted with hot smoke.
Oh!
Guys, it's fine. Nothing bad happened.
Everyone make a dexterity saving throw.
Copes, what the hell?
Dexterity saving throw, you say?
Yeah,
I seen it coming, right?
you did see it coming, I guess.
9.
22.
How did he see that coming?
I don't really know. He passed either
Shut
way.
up.
Demarok?
12.
Oh, 12. All right, you take 20 fire damage if you failed, and it looks like only Thrasher passed.
Oh. I'm going to cast Absorb Elements.
All right, do you guys scream at all in a way that could be audibly heard by Copes?
Without a doubt.
Oh!
Copes, was that you?
Nope.
Ah. Somebody's blowing shit up down there. Watch out.
Got it. I'll keep my head on a swivel.
There's 2 switches left.
All right. How big is this room?
This whole room,
Just where I'm standing, a little control room.
this little controller, I mean, pretty narrow. I mean, you're still surrounded by piled high crates and barrels.
Okay, I'm gonna vine whip number 5 and pull it.
Okay, without standing close to it. Okay.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like when I touch it, it zapped me.
All right, roll 50-50. Is this the correct lever?
Should I do it on a D100?
Well, it's odd or even, or you.
Yeah, on 100.
So odd is, I don't know. You can choose what you want. What do you want, odd or even?
Copes is a little bit odd, so I'm gonna go odd.
Okay.
Well, here comes an even number.
I'm gonna roll a D4.
Guys, there's another observation deck right next over if you want to go to that one instead now.
Yeah, we'll move over there.
No. There might be more explosive crates.
No, go over there. Actually, can I push up and pull the same lever again? No, I'm just kidding. All right, here we go. A 3.
Hey, odd it is.
Got it.
All right, you hear the mechanisms of the crane activating, and the crate is lifted high above you, opening up the path ahead.
Okay. I quickly move swiftly and quietly underneath it.
Excellent. All right, as you're moving swiftly and quietly,
And quickly.
and quickly, you hear a voice. Hey, is somebody there?
Nope.
A voice sounds from right next to you.
Is it in a crate?
It is technically in a crate. You see a little mouth imprinted on the side of a crate.
Is it shaped like a pumpkin?
It's not. It is not, no.
Does it have the symbol I'm looking for?
It does not, no.
Okay.
Hey, is somebody there? Look, I can't hear you anyway. I have a message for you.
Then how did you know?
You're probably wondering how I knew. I set a trigger here that if someone were to walk by, this magic mouth would deliver a... And then the mouth disappears.
Okay, I'll walk back. And then walk past it again.
Another mouth appears.
Okay.
It's like, sorry, I couldn't fit the whole thing in this one spell.
I totally get it. Please go.
I had that one set to trigger when the other one... Look, I'll just...
All right, I walk back and walks past it again.
The next message is... Look, I know you don't know me, but I'm assuming you got into this situation.
I walk past it and walk past it again.
I need your help.
Okay, here we go.
There's a key that's stacked high on one of the beams up ahead at the end of the warehouse. If you can get that key and bring it back to me, I can reward you. We can get out of here. We can be free of this place. I know you have no reason to trust me, but just know.
I walk away.
All right.
Do I see the key on the beam?
So yes, you've arrived at the end of this warehouse. You've passed through all these crates and dangers here. You do see the jar that you're looking for.
Oh, I see it.
Yep, you see it's a small jar about the size of a small pumpkin. Got the symbol that you recognize. It's just sitting on the ground. It looks like you could just go pick it up. The key, however, you spot a glint since you know what you're looking for. It's stacked precariously atop one of the tallest piles in the corner of the room. Hey, before you make your decision, hey, I'm assuming this is the same person. A mouth appears, by the way.
Yeah! Yeah!
I want you to just consider your moral standpoint on helping me here. I think this could help a lot of people. And, if you get that key, I think we could do a lot of good. And my name's Flint Spanner, by the way. Just find me once you got the key.
I'm gonna help you, Box. Just shut up.
I can't respond to what you're saying. So if you're saying something, I appreciate it. I assume you're agreeing to help me. But just come find me afterward.
I put something in the mouth. I start climbing. I'm gonna cast.
What did you put in the mouth, Tyler?
Oh.
I put my last. Oh, I don't know. I got all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I put something in its mouth.
We thought you were going to say something inappropriate.
Yeah, for sure. I was so certain.
I'm not doing that, dude.
All right, it's about 80 feet up.
Okay, I'm gonna climb it. I'm gonna cast Enhance Ability on myself first and give myself Cat's Grace.
Ooh, okay.
You should have done that at the beginning.
I forgot I had it.
Would you like to do anything else?
Fuck. That seemed.
It looks like there's tons of stuff stacked up. There's a lot of paths you could take to climb this.
Okay, yeah, I'll do a perception check on the best path. 18.
18. You've identified what you think appear to be the most sturdily stacked boxes to make your ascent.
Okay. Hey, what's this room made out of?
The building itself is made out of stone blocks, stone bricks, and then also steel in various places as the structure, the foundation.
Okay. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna climb.
All right, Cat's Grace gives you advantage on all these checks, right?
Yep, on all dexterity checks.
All right, you can make an acrobatics check.
Nat 20.
Nat 20?
Nice. Nice.
Fucking hot on the dice.
Well, you rolled a couple 2s and 5s that got us blown up.
Yeah, hot on the dice for Copes.
All right, you wanna describe how you do it so gracefully?
Yeah, it's a lot of like, yeah, I'm just nimbly tiptoeing and. Oh, it's like you ever seen one of those goats that can climb up the side of a mountain?
Mm-hmm.
They just stand like completely sideways
Yeah.
and they just kind of tiptoe around. That's what I'm doing.
Excellent. All right, you successfully climb up to the top and snatch the key.
Yes. Now do I have to climb back down?
You gotta climb back down now. Or you could jump. Maybe that would be safe.
I'm gonna jump.
Tyler!
All right, just make a dexterity save on your landing. You got advantage still.
20.
You stick that landing.
Oh!
Nice.
All right, you've landed.
As I land, I cast Meld into Stone into the floor.
Ooh, so you don't even make sparks from your hooves or whatever.
No, I just go straight into the floor.
Oh, okay. I like it. Make an easy luck roll.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Ah!
Excellent.
Ah, dang.
Excellent. Some of the barrels glow slightly, barely nearby, but you manage to avoid getting too close to them.
Okay.
And you have a very soft landing as a result.
Alright, I poke just the tip of my head out so I can see. And I want to see that nothing's exploding or nothing.
You hear some creaks and groans here and there, but seems everything's calm.
Okay, I slide out.
Shoop. All right, it's just you in the jar.
Alright, I'm gonna take my shirt off and wrap it around the jar and then pick it up carefully.
Ooh. All right, make a dexterity check with advantage. You already have advantage. Add a +2 to it from your careful decision making.
So acrobatics, that's fine.
Or stealth, or sleight of hand. Sleight of hand's probably the best one.
They're all the same, so it doesn't matter. 20.
Oh man. You gingerly pick it up. You feel a heavy vibration just from the little bit of motion of you picking it up, but it quickly settles.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna carefully make my way back.
Add 1 jar of total annihilation powder to your inventory.
Please, can I keep that?
Can't let him have that.
I just wanted to name it something so that it would sound really bad.
Look, he gave me a T-Rex and I turned it into a grabby stick. What's the worst that could happen?
Enough.
All right, now you just have to make one last dexterity check to move back out the way you came.
Okay, here we go.
You've already traversed these paths.
Oh, 11.
And 11,
I can't use guidance again, can I?
you could have used it on yourself before you made the check. Or if you had an inspiration, you could use it.
But I didn't.
I mean, I was watching him in the window. Would I have seen him use it?
I'll give him inspiration if I can interact with that. Yeah. You got it, Copes. A little lute solo.
There's another guidance before you try that out.
I think you gotta touch him for guidance.
Nah.
Reach out, touch goats.
You got a wheel or woe do you want to add?
I haven't rolled it yet today. Let me roll that real quick. It's a woe. Okay, no, I don't want to add it.
Are you sure?
Ooh, boy. Okay. All right. So you start to make your trek. maybe you get a little overconfident. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I start kind of skipping a little because I've done such a good job.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I try to do a cool dance move to like impress my friends.
Yeah, you kick out and you smash a jar that was a load-bearing jar. And the crate tower starts to wobble, starts to fall over. It must be 50 feet tall. No sooner has the tower landed as a great explosion erupts outward, propelling you forward, as other piles begin to fall downward as well.
Oh no!
This one you don't get a save for, but future ones will. You take 22 fire damage.
Is my jar okay? My jar of total annihilation?
It is fine right now.
Is this wrapped in a shirt?
Maybe not. It was fire damage, Copes.
Oh yeah, I cast absorb elements.
All right, so you absorb half of that.
Yes.
All right, you only take 11 fire damage.
Nice, thank you, Eddie.
All right, and explosions continue to erupt behind you. Your only choice left is to make a wild sprint for the end before the explosion overtakes you.
Yeah, I just start running.
All right, give me 2 more dexterity saves. Actually, let's make the next one a dexterity save, and then I'll give you the one after that.
With advantage.
Just a regular dexterity save.
But I have cat's grace.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
11.
11.
And the luck ran out.
You take 11 fire damage again.
Hey?
All right, you reach the collapsed steel beams. You have to climb over or crawl under to get out. Climbing looks like it'll be faster, but you're gonna have to make a climbing check to get over it.
I'm gonna cast Control Winds and do an updraft and jump over the beam.
All right,
Nice.
that's great. So with that combined with your reverse rainwater, you're able to quickly clear over the beams without even making a check.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
I must look very competent. My teammates must be like, why hasn't he been doing this stuff?
Well,
He's been making potato walls and shit.
this guy knows spells.
All right, and as you leap over and as you cast that spell, a couple of the jars glow and explode outward in a burst of blue magic. You have to make one last dexterity save.
Nat 1.
Well,
Oh no, with advantage. 13. Woo! Thank God I cast that.
Oh boy.
you really talked about being competent and then shit the bed there, Copes.
I know!
The 2 jars, 16 force damage. Whew, that's max on those jars.
Okay. So am I like running towards the ending now?
Yes. That last bit of explosion launches you forward, and you find yourself back at the entrance to the powder room. You hear distant crackling and explosions.
Can I say I power slide through the door on my knees, holding the jar above my head?
Yeah, if you make a dexterity check.
Deal.
Oh no, Copes. Copes.
I'll do it.
18! Yeah! I'm willing to risk it for the cool stuff.
Gosh, I thought for sure that was going to be 2 1s.
He's just gonna slide, crash, and then explode into a pillar of flame.
Just hit friction, fall face first, and smash the jar on the ground.
Yeah, so I slide through with the jar in my head, and I set it down gingerly. I say, just another day in the life of Copes. And then I pass out because I have 6 health.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, damn.
Well done.
Wow, great job, guys, so far. You're really turning out to be good new hires.
Copes gets the gold.
That was impressive. Copes, you had me in the first half. You really did. Kind of lost a little steam there at the end.
I was doing so good, then it got so bad. Bad.
It got pretty bad.
So bad.
I didn't really know you had it in you, bud. Light on your feet for, a druid.
Oh,
The power slide was sick, though.
thanks. I really risked it for that.
Yeah, with 6 health, that's a wild decision to make.
Wasn't it? I figured it was worth it for the visual.
Mm-hmm.
Are your knees okay?
Yeah, of course.
All right, who's next?
I'll give it a go. I'm ready.
All right, just follow me this way.
All right.
Leads you to one of the other buildings, one of the other barn-style factory buildings. Opens a door and leads you into a large open chamber lined with cannons.
Okay.
The walls are loaded with ammunition of various types. You see goblin engineers working on repairing or augmenting the cannons that they do have. And you see that there are some cannons firing in the back of the building. And some cannon fire actually explodes and lands somewhat close to y'all. Pelts y'all with a little bit of dirt.
This whole operation seems wildly dangerous.
What do you mean?
I love it.
Well, I guess you're one of the only ones. This is just how we have to work here.
Oh.
They don't give us time to set up anything in a way that makes sense. We just have to build stuff when we can.
I mean, you can't. Aren't you in charge? You can't get some extra time?
King Boomstone's demands are relentless. If we don't keep producing, we fall behind. We can't take time to do anything else.
Okay, well, for our mighty king, we will get it done.
It's good to hear. All right, so we got a batch of cannons here. He leads you to a group of 5.
Okay.
One of these is malfunctioning. They found it in inspection, but it got mixed up with some of the good ones. We need somebody to test and figure out which one it is before we send it out.
Oh no!
Okay, I mean, that sounds pretty straightforward. Just need to shoot some cannons.
All right, for some visual, like I said, this is a large open chamber, similar to the previous one. It's made by polished stone bricks stacked and structural steel forming the foundation of the structure. Some of the walls are heavily crumbling and collapsing inward. Like I said before, there's also stacks of munitions in various spots, and there's also a targeting range set up in the center of the chamber where it seems like you're intended to aim the cannon.
Okay. All right, guys. Y'all may want to scooch back.
Say less. I crawl backwards.
So there's 5 cannons, you said?
There are 5 cannons.
Okay. I want to try to kind of scuttle around them, try to inspect them, maybe see if I can find any signs of flaw or damage to them.
Okay.
Try to help me narrow it down.
Yeah.
That is a 25 investigation check.
Wow. Okay. Dang, that's good. All right, so you look over the cannons. You quickly determine that the first one you look at seems to be in pretty good shape. Although you do notice that it's got an issue with the gunpowder loading, like the area where it holds the gunpowder, that could become an issue over time.
Okay.
The other one has a warped barrel, so it's probably not going to fire very well, but it looks like it will fire. One of them has an issue with the alignment on it, like where the cannonball is not going to fire properly down the tube. And you don't find any issue with the last one.
The last one or the last 2?
Thought I said the first one was fine, and then I said 2 were okay, and then two had a problem.
I had a gunpowder issue, a warped barrel, and an alignment issue.
Yes, yeah, and then the last one seems like it's fine.
Okay. So, I think 2 of them are fine. 3 with issues. I'm just gonna guess gunpowder storage issue. I'll fire the 2 cannons that don't look like they have issues first.
Okay. So, you see that there is a range set up. It's intended for you to fire at it.
Oh, okay.
What would you like to fire at?
What's on the range?
Looks like targets that they've got set up.
Home.
That's good, Aaron. You beat me to it. God damn it.
Yeah, I fire at the one home that's in the middle of
Yeah.
there. I'll fire at the closest target.
At the closest target. All right. You have an investigation 25, so let's say you understand generally how this works. You set it up, fire, roll a dexterity check to aim it.
Okay.
And you can have advantage that is lended to you from your success previously. Oh, that's great. What you got?
That's a 22.
All right, you fire it, and it smashes the target and explodes in a dazzling display.
Nice.
Wow.
All right, one down.
Some of the goblins clap.
This seemed a little lackluster, but that's fair. All right, I grabbed the next one that had no issues, and I'll go ahead and fire that one.
What would you like to aim at?
Is there what's of notice? I mean, I know there's targets out there. Is there anything?
Okay. Why don't you roll a perception check or an investigation check? That's fine too.
I'll roll perception here. I've got proficiency in it now since becoming a ranger, and roll with advantage on that. So that's a 9. Really bad roll.
All right. So all I'll tell you is what I described before. You see that there are some gunpowder storage barrels lined up on one of the corners of the room. One of the walls is cracked and crumbling, as though possibly from repeated hits from cannonball fire. And there's also, you see a group of goblins working on one of the cannons far off in the room.
I'm going to aim at the gunpowder storage.
Okay.
Another dexterity?
Another dexterity check.
A nat 20. 25.
Damn.
Nice.
Damn, the night of the nat 20s.
No kidding. Fortunately, dexterity is my thing.
You should cast Enhance Ability.
I don't have it.
When you're editing this one, you should have a nat 20 counter go off or some shit.
All right, your cannonball flies so true and lands right in the middle of the gunpowder storage, causing the barrels to erupt outward.
I look around.
An explosion racks the room, and many of the goblins throw themselves to the ground as though preparing for something worse. The fire clears, and you see you've blasted a pretty large hole in the side of this building.
I look for more applause this time.
What the hell are you doing? This is Fizzlegrim Boomshanks again. The targets are right there. What the hell were you aiming at?
This cannon's a little wonky. I don't know what to tell you. It's not my fault. It was pretty cool, though.
So this is the one that's malfunctioning?
No, this one's fine. Let me keep going.
Okay, well,
It was a bad shot. It happens to all of us.
something like that better not happen again.
I'm certain it won't.
It hasn't happened in at least a couple days. I'm gonna have to go erase the sign.
Well, that's got to be a record anyway. All right, I'm going to go to the cannon that has a gunpowder issue.
Okay.
Gunpowder storage.
All right.
And I'm going to very carefully load it.
Mm-hmm.
See if I can't fire that one. And I'm going to fire this one at... What was behind that? I know you said it damaged the wall there. Is that near the cracked wall as well?
That's in a different area.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to aim kind of towards the cracked wall, but like at a target near it, you know?
Mhm.
But kind of hoping it goes a little wide.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 7.
All right. The cannon fires, but the shot goes incredibly off. It strikes on the target field, but not hitting any of the targets, nor your intended target. But it does fire.
Okay, just what I was hoping for. This one is fine. That was right where I was aiming. Is that better, Mr. Sizzlegrim Boomshanks?
Yes, just find the one that's broken.
I'm getting there. Okay. If nobody ever told you that a cannonball flew straight, would you believe them? And then I'm going to shoot the one with the warped barrel.
Okay.
Nice.
Curve it.
Wanted.
I'm going to aim at the wall again.
All right.
Playing your slice here.
I'm playing the slice. So I'm aiming way to the side.
Okay.
Smart.
It's 19.
All right, with a deep thunk, you hear like a heavy friction, but the cannonball does fire, and it slams into the wall, causing it to crumble outward.
Oh no, this one's crooked.
There's now a gaping hole in the wall. What are you doing?
It's warped.
Oh, so this is the one that's broken.
No, it shoots pretty straight.
I thought you said
I'm pretty sure it's this last one.
you caused a lot of damage here.
Well, I don't know how to use this. It's my first day.
I'm gonna have to dock this from your pay.
Okay, let's just calm down.
Who gives a shit?
He is gonna get
Nice.
How long you been holding on to that one?
I just thought of it.
Nice.
Let him rip.
So it must be this one, right?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, but better fire it just to be sure.
Oh, son of a bitch. All right. Let's see. All right, so I've taken out a couple holes in the wall.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to shoot the goblins. Now that I've cleared some things around the room, can I look around the room again to see if there's anything fun to shoot at?
There's anything fun to shoot at?
Yeah.
Let's see. You did kind of already look around, but
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, you see some goblins, and they're bullying a smaller goblin.
Okay, we'll shoot towards them. Suck on this, bullies! 24.
24. You hear a deep thunk, but nothing emerges from the barrel.
Never mind, bullies!
Suddenly, an explosion launches out of the back of it as the gunpowder ignites,
Ah!
sending shrapnel everywhere.
This is a broken wood!
You have to make a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage. Everyone else makes a regular one who's nearby.
Do I still have enhance ability?
Yeah.
I got a 9.
Do I get advantage?
You can see it.
15.
Nat 20.
Jeez, Copes.
Nice. Did you really?
Yep.
You're lying, aren't you?
No.
All right, if you didn't get a 15 at least, you take 19 piercing and slashing damage.
Ow!
Do I take none?
You take half of that if you did pay.
I got a nat 20.
Okay, fine. I'll accept that for a nat 20.
Yes. I hold up my jar of total annihilation to shield myself.
You know, you had to give that to him.
I think I found the broken cannon.
All right, so this must be the malfunctioning one.
You think so? You think so, man?
All right, do you notice any other problems?
No, the other ones are great.
All right, well, great. Looks like this was a success. Good job. I mean, you did cause some collateral damage, but I'll let you know how that's going to factor into your pay when you hit your first pay period in 3 months.
Okay. That sounds reasonable. I'll do better.
All right, just one job left.
Is it lunchtime yet?
Sure, you don't want to eat before the job is complete.
Fine.
All right, who's up next? One person left. Ah, it's this guy. The funny guy.
Yeah. Did you have something special for me?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Just this way.
All right, boss.
And he leads you down some narrow walkways towards one of the other factory buildings. You hear heavy explosions off in the distance. They get closer and closer as he leads you further in, until he takes you into a room conspicuously labeled Landmine Testing and Arming Facility.
Lands are mine and testing. Nice. I'm ready.
Yeah, you'll have to talk to the supervisor here. Name's Half Grip.
Just half grip.
Just Half Grip.
All right, easy enough. Point me the way.
All right, you go in and you see conveyor belts lined with what you imagine to be explosives of various types. Running down the assembly lines, you see nervous goblins attending to these mines, manipulating them in small ways and then cringing backwards as soon as they complete their task.
Hey.
A goblin hobbles up to you. He has only one arm and one leg.
I reach out to shake his one good hand. Hey, what's up, bud? Me, Demarok.
He reaches out and then falls over because that's the hand he uses to hold himself up.
I reach down and shake it.
Oh, dang it.
Hey, I'm here for my first day of work. So nice to meet you.
You trying to be funny? Reaching for a handshake like that?
No, I'm just here to do a great job.
Well, if you can survive, then you've done a great job. I'm Half Grip, and this is the Landmine Testing and Arming Facility.
Half grip. When'd you get that name?
shortly after I started working here.
Gotcha. I thought, cool. Well, I'm Strong Sack.
Strong Sack. Well, no, I won't say nice to meet you. I'll say nice to know you tomorrow if you're still around.
Yeah, why wouldn't I be?
All right, so you're my new hand. You're gonna be arming the mines for me.
I guess so. They just told me to come over here and look for half-strack.
All right, well, you'll have no problem here as long as you got some steady hands. You follow my instructions exactly.
Got it.
He says, walk this way, and he gobbles along.
Thank you, Brent.
I want to do like a performance check to try to like match his gait perfectly.
Okay.
14
14, that's good enough to match.
to walk this way.
All right, I mean, in the interest of concluding this, he leads you to a small chamber at one of the conveyor belts. All right, this is one of our primary, most important positions here in this landmine arming and testing facility. Reassembling them, connecting them, setting the detonator, and then arming it finally. At any one of these moments, it could explode. So you need to follow my instructions very carefully and remember exactly what I say.
Right, and that was a symbol, connect, what?
This is not a good start.
Work. I swear that's all you do. Early in the morning to late at night. Well, one great thing you can do to take a load off is tune into the Discount Heroes. We release new episodes every Thursday, and if you follow our link tree, you can find our Discord and our Instagram. Come and hang out with us, sharing fan theories and awesome fan art. And don't forget, this is the Discount Heroes, where questionable results are always guaranteed. Perfect.
That's good energy for the night.
Woo! Tyler says solemnly.
No, that's me. I'm reserving all my good energy for the show.
Oh, like Kamehameha.
So what did you do in order to preserve that energy today?
I clenched all day. Kegels just for hours.
Did you watch depressing media?
I whole body clenched. Yeah, and then I didn't cry. But I really wanted to.
Oh, all those emotions are pent up now.
Yeah. Watch like soldiers coming home.
Any moment.
Those damn commercials with the dogs.
Yeah, Arms of the Angel, Sarah McLachlan. Yeah, just all day.
Just spent all day listening to Sarah McLachlan.
And I didn't cry at all. So I'm either going to have good energy or I'm going to be very depressing. So we'll see.
Wait till you get to the part of the factory where they make the puppies work.
We're freeing those puppies.